G'day, welcome to MPS 101 Advanced Props for the Multi-SIP Post System, brought to you by ge-NeticS. What I'll be going over in this tutorial is how to set up props within props within props, etc. so that as one person sits on the first chair, another chair will res, and when someone sits on that one, another one will res, etc. So today I'm going to be showing you how to set it up so it goes around in a circle. So it'd be handy for like going around a campfire. And you can also do a straight line, so you go across a beach if you wanted to have towels that as one person sits on a towel, another one reses to the side. But today I'm going to do a circle, so I'll show you a little trick about how to do that. I'm just going to be setting one pose to my chair for this demonstration. Now you can of course set up as many as you want in your chair, but to speed things along I'm just doing the one. First thing we need to do is a little bit of preparation here, so that we can make sure we get our chairs perfectly spaced in a circle so that they res properly. So I'm going to actually edit my chair here first of all, and I'm going to hold down the shift key and just drag copy that. Go into my inventory, and I'm going to take a copy of the MPS prop script and place that in the root of this chair here, because we're going to be using it as a prop as well as a chair. And I can take this one. That'll go into my objects folder there. Now before I continue, I need to set up, I'm just going to set up some markers so that I know that I'm setting my chair in the right position. So I'm just going to res a box here, alright, and I'm going to go into my chair, and I'm going to go to the object tab here. I'm going to copy the same position and rotation as the root prim of the chair here. Now to do that I can just, because I'm using Firestorm, I can use these little C's here, and I can just hit C and that'll copy the rotation data there, and I can go to my box and I can click this little, the big P in the center here, and that'll paste that data that I just copied so it's got the same rotation. Obviously if you're not using a viewer that has these buttons, these features, then you'll need to do it manually. So, and now I'm just going to get the position, so do the same with the position here, copy and go to my box and paste. Alright, so once I've done that, what I'm going to do is I'm going to just grab the chair and I'm going to hold down the shift key to grab the box. I'm going to drag shift copy them and spin them around so that they're directly across, and I'll choose how far away that I want them to be. So let's just say, just want to set it there. Alright, now that I've done that, the boxes are in the right position. I've got a good sense of how far I want them to be, so that sets the diameter of the circle. I can just now select both the boxes, and if I hold the shift key, drag it across there, and then hold Control Z to put it back, and then rotate it here. Let's rotate it like that. Do the same thing, Control Z, shift to drag, and then Control Z to go back, and hold down Control, and I can rotate it to the next spot, making sure that each rotation is even until I've got a perfect circle and each box has the rotation and position that my chair would need to be. Alright, so I can just delete that chair here now, so I've just got my main one, and what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go into this chair, and I'm going to be using the child prim again, since that's what I prefer to do. Of course you can use the root if you like. So I'm going to go in here, and first I'm going to put the student chair that had the prop script in it and place that in its contents, and I'm going to because I'm just going to be using one pose, I'm not going to be using any items or sounds for this demonstration. I'm just going to grab the single one animation, place that in there, and then I can put in my MPS helper, settings note card, and setup script, and drag that in there as well. Close that down. Yes to track my camera, and I'm just going to set the pose ball color as light blue. Sit down. Yes to animate, and only one animation in there, so I'm going to just position my avatar. I'm happy with that. Touch my helper to get the menu. Once again, I'm not going to put any sub-menus or anything for this demonstration, but I'm going to set the button here, and I'm just going to set this as relax. So submit. Like I said, no items or sounds, etc. Don't need any facial expressions. It's not going to be a sequence, so I don't need a setting timer. That's all good. I need to set a prop, and I'm going to choose the student chair prop. So that'll res out. What I'm doing here is I need to place this in the position of the next box marker here, so I can either place it on the left or the right. I'm just going to place it for this one here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get same rotation and position here, so I can use this to copy it over to my chair and do the same with the position. Paste. And so that will indicate now it's a perfect positioning between the 2 points. So if this one was to res, it would then res to there. Alright, so I've got that set, and let's get a camera position. Because there could be a whole circle, I'm just going to set it so that let's set it so that I'm actually behind me this time, so I can see the whole circle of people once so many people sit down. Alright, so now that I'm happy with that, I can continue and I can click Save Data. Since I'm just setting the one pose, that's all I really need to do for now, and I can go to Dump Data, and I want my main pose, my camera, and my ISP data, so I'm going to dump, and then I'll just remove that, and yes, and you'll see that the prop and the helper gets removed there too. Now I can go into local chat, and I'm just going to grab my data here for that one pose, go copy, go into my chair, go into my settings, and I can paste that data. Now because it's just the one pose, once again I don't need this sit menu to show up, so I'm just going to set sit menu to no and save that. Alright, now because what we had here was a placer, this student chair here was a placer, so what I want you to do is we can delete this one for now. I'm going to go into my inventory, and I'm going to take the CPU, HD, and ISP script and place it in there. It'll load up, and I'm going to go into the root, and I'm going to grab the RAM script, and I'll place that in there as well. Alright, now because we got we got another 7 positions here that we want. So I'm going to drag shift copy this chair across. The copied one there will stay and load. But for this one here, I'm going to take a copy of the prop script, because this is going to be a prop version, and I'm going to place it into the root prim there. So now that I've got that prop script in there, and I have another 6 positions I need to fill. So I can drag shift copy this chair another 6 times. So 1, 2, 3, and so on. 4, 5, and 6. So now that I've got them, I'm going to go to my last one here, and to avoid any confusion with my objects, I'm just going to delete this student chair from my objects folder. This last one I am going to right click and I'm going to take. That'll go into my objects there. I'm going to edit this chair here, edit link parts, and go into the link prim there, and I'm going to drag this student chair that I just took into it. I'm going to remove the one from the objects again, and once this one's finished loading, I can now take this one and go into my objects and do the same for this next one. So what we're doing is sort of like setting up nest eggs, like Russian dolls. So, you know, one in another and another and another. Drag the student chair in. Delete the one from the objects folder. And then we've got this one loaded. We can take it. And you just keep doing this until you get to the last one. As you can see, each one we're loading in has a bunch in it. And that's why we're deleting it from the objects folder as we go through, so we don't get them confused. So we've got our last one now. It doesn't have a prop in it, and once that one's loaded, I can take a seat. There's my camera position. You've got the next chair that reses out, and if I go to sit on this one, the next one across, and if I sit on this one, and it will keep going around the circle, and you can delete each of your markers, and you've got your setup of chairs. When you stand up, they'll remove, and that's how you got it going. So that's how you set up your advanced props to keep resing each other. So thanks for watching, and good luck.